in my city with it and tired of Menace. Finna get to this video, last video today, man.
Darius Cortez Johnson, better known by his stage name, Menace, is an Atlanta drill pioneer who through his hardcore yet still melodic delivery would put on for the west side of Atlanta, him being one of the few artists out of the Atlanta drill scene-wise to blow up into the mainstream levels, with him eventually getting features with damn near every single artist that was up at the time, from artists like Rakim all the way down to people.
I ain't gonna lie. 2022 to 2023, Anti had a crazy run, a big impact on that answer, bro. Like, when I say motherfuckers was listening to him back to back, motherfuckers was Anti was going crazy. Like, he would have been up there, but he threw that shit away, bro.
Like Lil Tyler and Lil Darius, though eventually, the fact that he lives where he raps would end up catching up to him, leading to Brody get 10 years of aggravated assault, armed robbery, and gang charges. Originally they were trying to give him
I thought he had got 5. Damn, that nigga got 10. I ain't gonna lie, his career might be, it's over, bro. Unless he come home in them 10 years and he go crazy, but nigga, so what?
20 years before he plead down. Thank God for that. This is the story of how Menace went from the West Side drill pioneer all the way down to prison. Originally born on August 9th, 2004 on the west side of Atlanta, a young Menace will be brought up around impoverished conditions meshed with gang activity and drug use. The drug use even going so far to reach his auntie, as his auntie had a drug issue at one point. All of this added up would end up leading to be not so good of a kid growing up, with him constantly getting into fights and otherwise being unruly. Not that I can even blame bro. Almost as a direct result of this, Anti's academic career would have his own set of troubles. We have full fight videos of Menace getting hands put on him by a noticeably taller student in the middle of a school hallway, as well as rumors online that Anti was at one point in the special ed classes, but I couldn't find any confirmation of that if I'm honest. And the fact that
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's just one boy, cause I'm still in high school. It's just one boy. He don't seem like he's special for real. He don't seem like he's special ed or nothing wrong with him for real. But he's in the class, so I wouldn't be surprised if Anti was in special ed class. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying though. I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just saying.
claims to have been shot, hit by a car, and other shit by the time he was 16, kind of puts together the picture that Anti seems to be the perfect encapsulation of a crash dummy in the making, if not a crash dummy in general. Though most of the crash out activity and vibe that I'm getting is going off of his own Instagrams and other shit, with both screaming at the camera pretty often on live, talking about, "I'ma get you, I'ma get your ass," and other shit like that. Speaking of crash dummy activities, Menace would go on to jump off the porch officially in the year of 2015 at around the age of 13 or 14. When he would do so, he'd end up falling under the 952 SOS banner, which in and of itself...
Wait, hold on, I know I'm not tripping. Did he say he was 13 or 14 around 2015? I must be tripping. Hold on.
Officially in the year of 2015 at around the age of 13 or 14. When he would do so, he'd end up falling under the 952 SOS banner, which in and of itself is under the larger banner of Bloods, so that's pretty loose. He would also rep the Kill for Caden alliance on down the line, a little after the unfortunate passing of Caden, but he would also fall out with Lil Big, the main person for K4K, so I'm unsure if he still is to this day. His crew mainly beats with a 220 set, which is Brody and them's crew.
And this nigga voice is annoying. Whoever that, I ain't gonna lie, this person has the whoever this nigga is behind this channel, I'm probably never react to his shit again. This nigga voice is annoying. Carter, stop! Hold on, wait, I'm trying to do something. Okay. This man, I don't know what's up with his voice. That shit is annoying. But if he was born in 2004, how the hell he was 13 or 4? I must be tripping.
but he also beefs with FMH, which is Baby Key in them, and possibly also Casket Gang, which is Lil Meat in them. Basically, as a translation, bro seems EBK to everybody not on 952, especially on the west side. This ain't counting out of town motherfuckers like Rock Ken or any of them though. He'll still do songs with them even if they do songs with other ops. I mean, I guess he does have beef with Lil Rai, who is an out of towner, but that seems to be the only one, if I can recall. Getting back on topic though, when Anti went to jump off the porch, seemingly he was excited for it, given how deeply he dove in from the jump. You can see many posts of a young Anti dissing opposition, and going off of his scars and his stories, he was also in the mix way more than a person his age probably should have been. Around this time, he also had the love for rap, which he had always had, specifically with him listing off Tupac as the main artist he bumped growing up. Also listing Tupac as his main inspiration when he did begin to make music, way before even the Atlanta motherfuckers like Young Thug and Gunna and them. It's because of Tupac that Anti began to mess around with music a bit in his childhood, him never really going on to drop anything until around the year of 2021, with the release of the music video for the Beatbox remix, that happening on November 21st, 2021. This song would go crazy, especially seeing that it was the beginning of the Atlanta drill wave bubbling up. This track would take the city by storm, racking up 356,000 views as of this recording. For a first track, this is fucking crazy. Also considering the fact that he's only 15 years old at the time of its release, bro, he was set up for success. This first music video and a good few other of his tracks will be dropped on the 952 The Label YouTube channel, and this channel will serve as the host of many artists in the 952 crew before the eventual split. Two of those artists you might recognize if you watch this channel. Those two artists being Rack Baby and Lil Big, both originally being 952 members and uploading on this channel, but both would wind up splitting off in 952 for undisclosed reasons, most likely clout and other shit. You can even see a young Rack Baby and Lil Big sitting next to Menace on his Off the Porch interview, which is a neat little Easter egg if you noticed. The first song of Menace's to reach over 1 million views would be the December 14th, 2021 track, Real Stepper. This track would have a very piano-driven instrumental and a sadder type tone, but with lyrics about drill topics and gang shit. But don't get me wrong though, lyrically he still is saying some impactful shit with some really good cadences. In short, Menace is going crazy on this track, with this specific song being the one that would wind up getting me invested into his come up. It's currently sitting at a strong 1.3 million views as of this recording. Almost as a direct result of this success, Menace would be on a bit of a run after this point, him dropping high view track after high view track, it all leading into the track that served to take over the entirety of the Atlanta airways when it dropped. That track, of course, being the April 30th, 2022 track, Murder Bitch. It reaching a jump.
That song went crazy, nigga. Especially in the city. Motherfuckers listen to that shit back to motherfucking back. That song went stupid. Crazy.
I have 4.6 million views as of this recording, off it being a very drill-focused love song as the name might imply. I'm not the biggest fan of this track, if I'm being honest, but I'm for sure the minority in that. I remember TikTok going crazy off of this song. Building off of this success, Anti would go on to post music videos on his own individual YouTube channel instead of the 952 The Label channel, most likely so he would no longer have to split his revenue with other people on the channel. The first track that he'd go on to release would be in the May 17th, 2022 track, Big Eyes. This track would go on to surpass his breakout track, it getting upwards of 5 million views to Murder Bitch's 4. Deadass, if you was following Menace around this time, you would think that he was about to be Gunna or Thug levels in the next few years. Though unfortunately, that would not be.
I wouldn't put him in a category. I'd say probably like, let me think about somebody. Shit. I don't know, but he went Thug and Gunna. Nah, you can't put him in a category. He don't make them type of music. Probably somebody like Young Boy, I guess.
It was around all this rising cloud that the many beefs of Atlanta began to take their toll on the 952 label, with members like Rack Baby and Lil Big splitting off on not so good terms, with them even going on to diss Anti the Menace and them on later tracks, most likely due to money issues or clout shit. We don't for sure know. Disregarding this, however, this would be the golden age of Anti the Menace as a fan, as he would do features with damn near every single person that was popping in the scene, from Rotkin to Lil Darius to Infamous, to Lil Tyler, and even then to friend, future opposition, Lil Rye out of Mobile, Alabama. Bro was damn near in the studio like clockwork around this time, and his viewership reflects it, as he gained a pretty loyal following pretty quickly, him being likened to artists like NBA Youngboy in regard to his aggressive yet melodic type style, because of the sheer amount of music videos that Anti the Menace would go on to release before his incarceration. I'm not going to speak on every single track going down the line. Instead, I'm going to just focus on Anti's street and social media antics, and only touch on the milestone music videos and songs along the way. With that being said, Anti's motion in the drill scene can't be understated, with many videos easily reaching over 1 million views back to back to back, and all of these songs were consistently fire too. Examples of this being Steppin' In.
Bro, 2021, if he would have kept going crazy from then to now, bro, he would be up there. But he crashed out, bro. He crashed out doing dumb shit. He would have been up there. Literally.
Kickback Freestyle and Creeper, as those tracks would all range from 1.9 million views to around a solid million views each respectively, give or take. In fact, Anti the Menace's motion got to be so large that him and the artist Lil Tyler would wind up being chosen for the Fast and Furious 10 movie, Fast X. Him being the only drill star that I know of in Atlanta to be picked by a Hollywood producer to do a song for them. That shit is so fucking crazy, bro. What type of timeline are we living in? I'm also unsure on the timeline of this, but Anti the Menace would go on to have 2 children named Loyal and Legend, which, while I don't fuck with their names really, it seems like Anti the Menace is trying to be a good father to them, before the arrest at least. I'm not going to speak too much on his kids in this video, cause you know I'm not that type of YouTuber, but I had to mention that he did have kids. Of course, I can't cover Anti the Menace without also covering the many beefs that he finds himself entangled in. Of course, there is the regular Atlanta drill gang beef of bro dissing dead ops and robbing rivals and other shit like that, but there's also this famous quote-unquote backdoor situation with the artist Lil Rye out of Mobile, Alabama. It boils down to this basically. When Lil Rye was in the midst of his beef with P Youngin, Lil Dump, and Youngboy, Anti the Menace was still bumping Youngboy and still fuck with him off YB shouting out his music. Rye then went to go link up with Lil Birdie of the 220 set in retaliation, which Anti had problems with. This resulting in disses being sent back and forth, with Anti the Menace dropping the 5 March 3rd, 2024 track Banned from the A, which of course got the response of Lil Rye's Banned from Where. Banned from the A reaching a solid 3 million views on its own without Rye's response. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I see all that beef as petty internet shit. No one was sliding on each other on either of these situations. It's just past collaborators that fell out and started dissing. It's a tale as old as time. What is less explainable is the April 17th, 2025 release of the body cam footage of Anti the Menace being alleged to have put hands on a female. And in this body cam, he would wind up catching a battery charge off of it, though assumedly he wind up getting out given that he was later arrested on separate charges down the line. Anti the Menace in this body cam footage would damn near be in tears most of the fucking video, with most of the comments clowning on him for not being too much of a menace. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel him a little bit. Getting arrested for putting your hands on a woman is like career suicide, and that's probably what's going through his head the entire time this is going on. My name ain't Bennett, and I ain't in it if you ask me. If you did it though, that's some bitch shit. You can't be beating women. The next arrest would be the one that would wind up landing him in the most trouble, as he would end up being charged with armed robbery, aggravated assault, and
See, now this is what he robbed out at. I said robbed out. Crashed out. Bro, I'm not gonna say he was rich, but bro, you was making some type of money, bro. Why are you robbing people? Like, gang. Why is we still, come on, twin. Like, you would have been out there, twin. Imagine who he could have been working with right now. Young boy just got out. He could have been working. Young boy, he could have been working with Fat Man. He could have been working with so many artists out here, bro. But he chose the other route, crashing out, bro. Your music was doing millions of views, man. But they be saying though, it's like the right niggas. It be the wrong niggas that get the right opportunities. My bad. It be the wrong niggas that get the right opportunities, and then it be the wrong niggas that get the. Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say, bro.
Possession of an illegal firearm, as well as gang activity on top of all that. Originally, they were trying to give him 20 years, but he pleaded that down to 10 years of jail and 10 years of probation, with one of the plea conditions being that Anti was not allowed to associate with the 952 label, as it is seen in the course as a criminal organization. They for real did what they were trying to do with YSL, except for they succeeded in this case. Anti Menace's story does not end with his arrest, however.
Oh yeah, they did if y'all ain't know, they did a heat wave or some shit. It's like a operation heat wave or some shit like that. They taking down gang members and shit. So it's on the news. ANF, Atlanta News First. Operation Heat Wave or something. They was taking down all or not the West Side niggas that's in gang shit like 952, PFK member. It was a lot of shit going on. They was taking members and shit. Operation Heatwave, that's what it was.
Because even behind bars, this motherfucker's acting his fucking name, a menace. With him posting videos of himself lacing a 550 op and watching him tweak the fuck out. Him forcing junkies to dance in the background of his jail snippets of songs he's recorded inside a jail. And he's even posted some update videos on the yard. Bro is damn near as active as ever when it comes to social media. Though that shit is a ticking time bomb, as when the cops find out, they are definitely gonna make an example of his ass. The last song to be uploaded by Anti-Menace since his arrest would be the June 6th, 2025 music video, Say Wody. This track would only get around 250,000 views in the 8 months it's been out. Not bad for the scene, but definitely not as good as his peak once was, if I'm honest. Given my two favorite artists to come up out of Georgia in the 2020s are now serving 10 years each off of armed robbery charges, take this as a lesson to leave the streets behind as soon as possible, especially if you begin to get motion musically or literally anywhere else. All crime does is get you quick cash with the risk that you pause or lose your fucking life. With all that being said though, of course, free Rockin' and free Anti-Menace. They for real are the goats of the Georgia drill scenes in my eyes. They are the people who got me into the scene, and the people who I still bump to this day. I'm a fanboy, what can I say? Hopefully Anti-Menace can nah, I can't even say that with a straight face. For most of the artists I cover, that's usually what I say. I hope these motherfuckers can straighten out. But Anti-Menace is in jail still steady trolling. If this motherfucker ever gets out, he's gonna be on the same timing he was before he got in. And even though that's bad, I'm probably still gonna root for that motherfucker. Here's hoping he
can do the same shit he did back then, but guess what? That don't mean he's gonna attract the same viewers. His music's not gonna sound the same. It's gonna, bro, time he get out, bro, in 2030 something, bro, it's gonna be way new rappers than him, bro. Ain't nobody feeling like, unless he got some hard ass on, unless he's undefeated.
gets out. If you like this video,